I absolutely love the story of Joe taping your ankles
Yeah.
before your final retirement press conference. How early in the day did you need to get this done and make sure that you had the confidence?
I don't know. We kind of walked in there to do it and saw Joe and decided we were going to execute some tapage. We kind of just did it right before I went out there. Yeah.
Have you ever had a request like that, Joe?
No, I haven't had it, but I haven't had too many players in my time that have retired that deserve worthy of it. You know what I mean, or
Okay.
required it. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Most of our retirement guys probably are just a little sign off, but Jason's was a little bit bigger deal.
Did you have your ankles taped when you celebrated the 2017 Super Bowl?
Absolutely. Taped by this guy right here, for sure. Yeah, Joe taped me my whole career outside of the last season when he was battling cancer. So, yeah, every game that I played, I had that tape on.
How incredible is that story, Joe overcoming that and just battling through that? And you had talked about that up on stage a little bit, but pretty special.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's interesting because, trainers are usually on the other side of it. They're the ones helping players get over injuries and overcoming misfortune in their lives. And, Joe obviously did that for me when I won this award in 2014 after coming back from ACL and MCL surgery. Joe rehabbed me back from that, rehabbed me back from a lot of other injuries in my career. And he did that for a lot of players. So to see him on the other side of that, now all of a sudden he's the one who's having to battle something. And it was, I don't know, if you learn a lot about a spirit of somebody when you go through adversity together. And, he offered so much encouragement, support, and guidance when I was ever injured and throughout my career. It didn't really strike me as too surprising that, he felt the whole time he was going to get over it. He was going to beat it. Felt very confident. Stick to a super regimen. I mean, he went about it just like he did as a rehabilitation expert. He had a formulaic way he was going to do it. He went completely vegan, cleaned up his diet, was really regimented in his working out and everything. And I don't think it's any surprise that he got over it to the point that, I know he ended up getting surgery. He didn't even have to have surgery. Like the whole thing completely went into remission. I mean, he completely kicked the cancer's ass that was trying to get him. So, it was not surprising at all.
It's interesting because a player, you probably have been inspired by players that you've taped up or you've worked through and you see their injuries, they're battling on Sundays. You take some, I'm guessing, drive or motivation out of that. Jason's talking about how they saw you in that same way. So that must be interesting for you to be like, hey, man, I've seen these guys battle through crazy injuries to get out there on Sundays. Then they look at me kind of the same way.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of talked about that earlier, but it's cool to see these guys, or it's humbling to see guys put their body through, a car wreck 70, 80 times on Sunday and then do it again 7 days later. And it makes you kind of think like, well, what do I have to complain about? And, Jason was the epitome of that. The guy, how many consecutive games played and starts. I remember sitting in meetings and people asking me opinion of him. And I say, toughest guy I've ever met in my life. And so to try to emulate that or just know that I had a guy that I could follow was really inspirational to me. I mean, part of my recovery was just having Jason's career in my vision because I knew how tough he was and said, like, just time to get over the next hurdle. You know what I mean? So it was great.
Give me a player that you played alongside. You're like, damn, I can't believe that guy's going out there this week.
I didn't play with him this year, but Cam Jurgens, I thought the fact that he played in the playoff game this year with things that he was going through with his back was pretty dang impressive. I mean, there's a lot of guys that you think about that every so often a guy will be out there and say, man, I can't believe that guy actually, got the game day and is out there. And, it's a credit to the training staff that we have and the doctors and everybody. And, it's a physical sport. It's a violent sport. And to go out there at less than 100% can be dangerous at times. And, some guys find a way to get to the point where they feel comfortable going out there despite what, I guess you would expect of. And it's a game of a lot of tough individuals. It'd be hard to name a bunch. I mean, I could name a bunch of them, but to narrow it down to one, I'll go with the most recent one, Cam Jurgens this year.
I know that your body didn't want to give much more, but if you knew that this was a Super Bowl year, would you have been like, I'll grind out 17 more games?
I mean, that's the thing. It's not just the Super Bowl. If it was just the Super Bowl, it's one thing. But,
You could get out there for one more.
yeah, my body was over. You know, it was done playing, and I think mentally I was also at peace with the game. And you know, I don't know that they go to the Super Bowl if I come back another year. There's a lot of things that happen throughout the course of a season, and I think this team turned into the best version of itself with the guys that they had, and it ended up being a damn good team. And I'm very happy for them, but I don't regret ever 1 second, you know, deciding to hang it up and deciding to retire, because at that point in my life, I was done doing it. And do I miss it? Of course. But do I want to go back out there? I'd go back out there for a couple snaps just to have some fun. But I got no interest in doing 17 games.
I was going to let you go drink beer, but I just want to ask you one more question. Do you really think that maybe if you would have come back, maybe the Eagles would not have gone to the Super Bowl?
You never know. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, call it butterfly effect, whatever, but there's more, and it's not even just me and Cam Jurgens. You know, there's Mekhi Beck. There's a lot of decisions that get made that ultimately come down to, you know, guys stepping away, coaches moving on. There's a lot of different varying factors. And what I do know is that the group that remained with the Philadelphia Eagles at the end of the season was the best team in the NFL. And you replace anything from that happened in that way, and all of a sudden that could change drastically. So I try not to think about it in terms of like, oh, if I just would have done that in a year, I would have been able to win that Super Bowl, because who knows what would have happened and who else would have been there and what guys would have been acquired and all these other things. So for me, I'm very happy with what I left when I was there, and I'm very happy that I left a room that was fully capable of doing what they did this year with Jeff Stoutland and Saquon Barkley and all those guys. So, you know, those guys were tremendous this year.
You're a busy guy.
Mm-hmm.
I know Joe must mean a lot to you for you to have been here tonight. So I know a lot of people in this building are really appreciative that you made it. And Joe, I'm sure you are as well. So it's really good to talk to you guys. Congratulations on this award. That's a really special award. I know the people in here, the integrity of the people in here means a lot that you guys both showed up here today. So thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely. No, thank you.
Thanks, Jay.
Thanks for having me.